Hey, what's up everyone? This is Aaron here, and in this video, a little bit different than other videos on my station, I really want to talk to people who are going through health challenges, people who are going through life challenges that make it so they can't work a 9 to 5 job, and I want to help you, I want to show you exactly what I would do if I was in your situation, and I actually am in that situation. So as of this video, I am recovering. I am going through a lot of health challenges that make it impossible for me to go ahead and work a normal 9 to 5 job, be consistent working 40 hours a week. So many of you do not know this. I would say most of you don't know this who are watching this station, but that is a reality, and that's why I've been drawn towards a lot of these, trying different ways of making money and being successful without needing to show up to a job, without needing to work certain hours, because I am going through some health challenges that don't allow me to do that. So whether you have chronic fatigue syndrome, Lyme disease, mold toxicity, which a lot of my friends have, all of the above, this video is really for you, but really anybody can benefit from this video. So what I would suggest you do, and I have, let me get this going, I have shared about this before in this station, and I'll make sure this is a part of the playlist where all those other videos are. But really, if you are going through a health challenge, or if you have chronic illness or whatever, there are a couple things that you want to have when it comes to making money, or a couple things that you don't want to have to do. So I'm going to go through these one at a time, and I'll show you exactly why what I'm doing with essentially drop shipping is really the solution to all of these issues. So we need to be able to work our own hours, because many of us are not consistent, meaning we don't know if we're going to feel up for putting in any hours the next day. We don't know if we are going to be able to work the next day or 2 days. So we need something where we can work our own hours, and because it's hard for us to be consistent, whether that's consistent at a job or whether that is consistent, putting in certain hours or etc. So second one, can't get fired. So you don't want to be an employee with the boss, because it kind of goes back to being inconsistent. If you're an employee and you have a boss and you work for a company, you can't just decide not to go into work. You can't just call out 30 minutes before, or that will eventually get you fired. So that won't work either. On the third one, not having to use the phone, essentially not having to call people. That's really what I meant. No need to call people on the phone. And for some people who are chronically ill or going through health challenges, having this would not be an issue. So for a lot of people, maybe their body's very tired, but they have no problem calling people. But for a lot of people, this is a very big energy expense, talking on the phone, especially if you have chronic fatigue and you just literally can't get out of bed. It's very exhausting talking on the phone. So, or you just have too much brain fog, lack of energy. It's just not going to work for you. So, no driving. So, no meetups or driving, because people have driving limitations, or they can't drive physically, or they're not able to, or they don't have a car. Unless you want to drive, and what I'm doing right now, you can drive and meet up with people, or you can just have people come to you if you want to have people come to your home and basically do the transaction there. Or you can drive, a block and meet in some place where they don't know where you live. So if you can drive and you want to drive, you can actually potentially make more money doing that way, but you don't need to. No overhead. And the big reason is because a lot of people, myself included, if you've been fighting a chronic illness that most doctors do not know how to treat, which is where a lot of people are in this space, whether they have chronic Lyme disease that they haven't been able to get rid of, whether they have some sort of toxicity or virus or whatever, or they just don't know what's wrong with them. It really doesn't matter. It's very expensive. So having something where you don't need to, put out $10, $20, $30,000 to like start a business or start a franchise, or like you don't have to buy $10,000 worth of camera equipment if you wanted to be a photographer. Obviously, you couldn't be a photographer if you were really sick, but that kind of thing. So not a huge expense, or any expense really, but really not a huge expense. With the training that I am using now, there is an expense to learn and to be a part of the community and to get updated information and to basically learn how to do it. You don't need to though, but if you want to have the best chance of being successful in this, you do want to. Within my first month, I made back what I invested in the program to learn. I literally made that back my first month, not by selling the program, which you may be asking, why are you making this video? And yes, there is an affiliate aspect. It's a one tier. So just like any type of, refer your friend, get $15. I mean, it's something very, very basic for this. It's now complex anything. So it's no network marketing, MLMs. People who are not feeling well, they usually don't have the energy to go ahead and start a network marketing company. From experience, successfully building an MLM or a network marketing company takes a lot of energy. You don't need to bug friends or family. You don't need to sell a course. You don't need to convince anybody. You don't need to... And I like this. No need for anyone to know you're doing it. So this is something you can do on your own. You don't even need to tell anybody. You don't need to sell any course to anybody. All right. So those are my 1, 2, 3 fighting back a sneeze here. I don't want to sneeze on camera. All right. Hopefully that has gone away. So let's see. Make sure this is still recording. Yes, it is. So with those 6 things in mind, and I really hope you share this video with any of your friends or family members who are going through health challenges. Now, a lot of these 6 things don't need to be with people who are sick. It could just be for a stay-at-home mom or someone who wants to crush it as a side hustle, who just needs an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what I'm doing. So there are 3 different, right now there are 3 different main areas that we are selling things. So drop shipping means essentially buy an item at a lower price, list it on a platform for a higher price, and then collect the difference. So for example, I could go ahead and go to Walmart, and I wouldn't be selling an iPhone, that's for sure. So let me find something small here. Go to home, and let's see. All right, so this is very inexpensive. It looks it's out of stock, that's why. Okay, well, this one is in stock. It's a weird size dimension, but anyway, this is just a random example here. I wouldn't pick this, well, I could do free pickup. So, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's say you find an item, and you think to yourself, wow, this is an item that is very inexpensive, or just your feeling is this is very cheap, meaning I would pay more than what this is listed for. So this is a lantern that probably goes on the wall, or okay, maybe it sits on the, yeah, okay, it's essentially a wooden box with a handle. But I think the value personally, and I just found this, is way more than $13. I could sell this, people would pay $75 for this. Easily. Some people may even pay $115 for a wooden lantern box. I mean, so, all right, find an item. Okay, you can go to Walmart. One reason I like Walmart is because if you happen to live near Walmart and you are able to drive, you can pick it up. So you can do free pickup, or you can have it shipped to your house for free. You just need to have $35 or more. So this one would not qualify. You'd have to, order 4 of these or get other items to get free shipping. So I would find an item that I think is underpriced. Then I would go to one of 3 different selling platforms. So the first one we like to use, or I like to use, is Facebook Marketplace. And this is not going to be a video about how to list an item. All of that is in the training, and this is just really kind of overall how I'm making quite a bit of money for a side hustle. And I list maybe, I'm really lazy, I list maybe 3 items a week, new items. Maybe I invest 30 minutes to an hour a day. I mean, really, I'm not even exaggerating. This is not something I'm spending a lot of time doing. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and right now the other third is LetGo. So these are 3 places that you can list items very quickly on your phone. Facebook Marketplace you can list on the computer, but a lot of people are just doing them all on their phone. And you would make a listing. Again, not going to go into how to do that, but pretty easy to make a listing. And if it's local, well, I'll just stick to the basics here. So you would make a local listing for where you live. So you would just use your own zip code, use your own city. You would take the exact pictures. I would just, use these stock images, and I would put up a listing, and I would set this for, $60, $70, $80, and just see what happens. See how many messages you get. I wouldn't use, well, okay, good. I'm glad that loved by Hunker is not on the image. I wouldn't use that part, but it's not. So that's basically it. I would use more or less the exact same description here. I would just copy and paste this. I wouldn't do, well, yeah, I may change a few things. I wouldn't put all these decimals after the numbers. It looks a little bit weird. So, you can make it look like it's personal. I would put the weight here. Obviously, I would not put Better Homes and Gardens. I don't want a lot of people think that's Walmart because it is Walmart. So, there's a lot of tips and strategies, but essentially you just take this item, any item, and you list it. You list it on different marketplaces. So let's say you get a message and it says, and someone messages you saying, I want it now. And, there's again, in the Facebook, in the group that I'm in, that's a part of the training, there's a heck of a lot of training about what do you do now. In this situation, since there isn't next day shipping, well, there's 2-day shipping. So this would arrive on Saturday. Today is Thursday. So I could say something like, I'm on vacation right now. I get back on Saturday night. Can I meet you Friday or Sunday morning? And oftentimes they'll say, okay, that's fine. There's also strategies to make sure they give you a deposit. So being like, I'll have a lot of attention on this. First come, first serve. But if you want, you can put a deposit down, and I'll make sure I hold it for you and reserve it for you. And some people will say yes, some say no. But again, you just sort of learn these things. Essentially, I don't love buying things before I know I have a buyer. Benefit of Walmart is that you can basically, let's say you buy it and they pull out or they don't want it. You can return it to the store within 90 days and you get a full refund. And so it's super easy to return at Walmart. Amazon's 30 days, obviously. So, Amazon, let's see here. What is this? What's an echo frame? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Oh, goodness. That's crazy. Anyway, you can just talk and it has a microphone. Wow. All right. That's a little scary. Anyway, what would I sell at Amazon? Wall art sells very well. Clocks sell well. There's a lot of different things that sell quite well on Amazon and Walmart. Again, just sort of some suggestions here, some ideas for you. But again, the training has everything. I'm just kind of going through the concept of this. So, all right, this person says, I want it now. You then order it. You then order this item, and it ships. Well, we can find one that's a little more expensive if you want. Well, okay, these are all expensive. I've sold a lot of these clocks. These are good to sell. No free shipping, so you do have to go pick it up. But sometimes I like finding items that I can go ahead. I happen to live like 2 miles from a Walmart, so I can just scoot there really quickly and pick it up if I feel like driving. Yeah, but whatever your living situation is different for you. So free pickup, I could just get this like today. I've sold this for 55. I've sold this for 60. So yeah. All right, someone wants it. You order it. You have it in your possession. You are holding on to it, and then you can meet them and basically say, "Here it is. Here's your. What were we selling? We were selling a lantern. Here's your lantern." And you give them the lantern, and they give you the money you listed it for on Facebook, OfferUp, or Let Go. And that's it. So you walk out of there with cash, and that's essentially it. That's the simple part. So you may be thinking to yourself, wait, why do people pay more than what they need to? And if you've never done any e-commerce or anything like this before, that's probably a question you have. And the reason is that most people just don't care. Most people are not good shoppers. If they were, and if people really wanted to save as much money as possible, they would search things on their own, and they would, and that's happened before. Some people were like, "Oh, I see you're listing this for 80. It sells for $60 on CIRS," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, sorry. I mean, again, all these different situations can happen, but most people just don't price check. They aren't interested. They have enough money where they just don't really care. They don't care about the lowest price. They see it, they want it, they'll pay for it, and that's it. And you're just a middleman. You're just helping them find what they want. They want a lantern. I have a lantern. I sell them the lantern. So it's really that simple. So that is the premise of what we're doing here. And again, this is what I just said is about 1/500th of the training. And there is like, well over 30 videos. Each one is about 10 to 15 minutes long, with new training coming out all the time, teaching you all these different strategies. This is like this is like the most obvious strategy. There are so many more. Different scripts you can use to sell things, different how to overcome certain objections, how to look more professional, all these different things. How to list things properly, how to list the same item but in different cities, different zip codes, where Facebook doesn't make you seem like it's a duplicate listing. There are so many strategies to this, guys. And again, and this is not an income claim whatsoever, but I literally, today is Thursday. I didn't post anything. No, I didn't post anything new this entire week. And every day I wake up to like, not much, maybe like 20 messages of people wanting different items. When I was listening consistently, I was waking up to about 75 messages. And then I would get probably another 50 throughout the day. So all I'm doing, guys, is responding to messages. That's literally all I'm doing. I'm responding to people's interest. People ask, is this available? And then I go ahead and follow up with them. So that's basically it. Now, there's a lot of different places you can source items from: Walmart, Amazon, CIRS, Lowe's, Costco, Amazon. Oh, I already said Amazon. Oh, eBay. eBay. So eBay is a cool one. But again, this is kind of going deeper into the training, which isn't really the point of this video. I really wanted to go back to why I'm making this video. And this is for people who are chronically ill, who can't get a normal job, or maybe they are a stay-at-home mom who need to find something to work at home. It applies to both, because if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're not going to be driving. You're inconsistent because you have a newborn baby or you're raising kids. So you're not an employee, so you can't get fired. You often don't need to call people. If you're a stay-at-home mom with young kids, often you can't be on the phone because you have a screaming baby. You can't be driving because you have a baby who may not want to get in the car, or who's having a fit, or who needs your attention. You often don't have a lot of money, so no overhead, and a lot of stay-at-home moms do really well with network marketing. But again, this is not really. I guess this wouldn't really apply to you. So yeah, that's basically it. That's really what I wanted to share. I know this was kind of a bland video for a lot of you guys, but I just wanted to share the best platform for people who need to make money at home, who don't have the energy to do full-time or even part-time hours. I mean, there are other stay-at-home jobs, like you can tutor kids, like in China, but those require hours. Those require you to be consistent, and that's one of the biggest things is right here. I mean, consistency. If you're unable to be consistent, then it really limits any type of traditional job you can possibly do. You without consistency, you can't be an employee. You can't. I mean, maybe there are some jobs where it says, all right, work your own hours, but just log 50 hours or just log 40 hours a week, however you want to do it. You can work in the middle of the night. You can do random hours. I mean, there are jobs like that, I guess. But what if you're really sick for a week? I know a lot of friends that I talk to, and I've been there too. There have been 5-6 days where I can't even look at a computer, where I just feel like I can't do anything. So anyway, that's really what I wanted to share. This is an amazing opportunity, and different videos in this playlist. Feel free. I've chronicled my days. I've chronicled different sales I do. I've documented a lot of different strategies and a lot of different ideas within this. So yeah, no overhead, meaning I don't need to go ahead and buy 20 of these and sell them out of my basement. You don't need to have an overhead in that sense. The only overhead, or the only overhead, is your training. And could you figure this out on your own? Yeah, you could. I'm not here to like sell you anything. I really just want to help people that need to be helped. If you want to buy the training that I literally used and that I'm, doing really well following, you can. I think you could flounder around and quit because you're not going to see the results you want, and you're not going to have the community to bounce ideas off of, and you're not going to have the support, really. I mean, it's very easy to start this, list 30 things and get no results, and then you're like, this sucks, this is stupid. So to make sure that doesn't happen, I know for me, if I invest money into a training, I'm much more likely to make sure it works. So again, you can probably find as much information you can on YouTube, but you're going to be wasting so much time, slogging through just retarded information. So the only money is the cost of the course, which again, I paid for in my first month, not from selling this course, not from the affiliate program, but from actually using the training and doing what I said here of actually meeting up with people. Or if you don't want to meet up with people, oh, I should have said this, no meetups. I forgot to talk about no meetups. So someone says, I want it now, or in your listing, you just write shipping only. Again, in the group and in the training, there's a lot of information about this. Shipping only. Okay. Then you can ship it to people. So you can collect payments through Facebook Pay or PayPal or Venmo or Zelle payments or Cash App or whatever. So, and most of my sales are shipped. So most of my sales are, as they call, drop shipped. So what I would do is I would not send them why is that so cheap? Oh, it's the stand. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, so okay, I'm listing this clock and someone wants it. All right, cool. And then they send me money. Great. They send me, let's say I list this for $85. All right, cool. I get sent $85. It's immediately in my bank account. Then I add to cart, and then I put in their address, and they receive this from Amazon. So you're probably thinking, why aren't they pissed off when they receive an Amazon box? No, they're not. I've shipped hundreds of things from Amazon directly to people's homes only 4 years ago I did this, and okay, out of, man, if I'm including out of hundreds of times, one person was like, hey, I noticed you sent this from Amazon and I just checked and it's $49.99. And I'm like, oh dude, you're right. All right, I'll just refund you the difference. It's cool. So, but that's happened once out of hundreds of times, and that usually doesn't even happen to people. People just don't care. They don't really care. So on that sale, whoop-de-doo, she just asked for the difference. I'm like, all right, cool. Who cares? But, guess what? I actually still made money because, I used a points cashback credit card, so I actually still made, 2 or 3% on this, whatever. Anyway, guys, that is it. So shipping only, or putting in something like that in your listing, or when someone asks, is it available? Available. Yes, it is. Let's see. I'm out of stock now, but I can ship this directly from the supplier to you, and it'd arrive within 2 to 3 days. Or you could wait until I get more in 2 weeks. I just made that up. So again, you can just understand that there's a lot of different options here about how to communicate with people. Again, which we talk about a lot in the group. But a lot of times if I say something like this, they'll be like, all right, well, I do want it in 2 or 3 days, or I want it sooner. So what's the best way to pay? I get that all the time. How do I pay you? And you say, well, you have an option. You can use Facebook payments. Again, all right. So you get the idea. All right, guys. So that's really, I think I covered everything. Yeah, and this is not network marketing. This is not MLM. Nobody needs to know about this. This could be your own private little thing that nobody needs to know about. Unless you want to tell people. I mean, if you start sharing your results like I have in my other videos, people are going to be like, what are you doing? How are you making money like that? What are you doing? And then you can share it. And the training I'm with now and the company I'm with now to learn this, there is an affiliate program, just like, if I used to work at Massage Envy. I used to be a massage therapist, and inside the break room at Massage Envy, there was a poster saying, if you refer a friend to Massage Envy and they get hired, you will get, I believe it was like $250 bonus, or it could have been $500. So, I mean, it's no different than just, hey, I'm referring somebody to learn this and to get a job. This isn't a job, but imagine you referred somebody and they, and then you're getting a compensation for referring somebody to a training. It's like, it's really that. That's basically it. So it's not MLM, but you could always, if you're having success with this, you can always share, hey, I'm having a lot of success using the training. If anybody wants to learn, let me know. But again, you don't need to. As of this video, I've shared this with one person who purchased the training, but I've still made thousands of dollars every month. So it really isn't that you don't need to. And that's something that I really like about this training. And I've done a lot of stuff online where you essentially have to sell the product. You have to sell the training in order to make money, and the training itself or the information itself kind of sucks. Like, the information is just there to teach people how to then sell the course. It's really shitty. And in my younger days, actually when I was very healthy, back when I was like mid to early 20s, I was involved with stuff like that. And one thing I really love about this is there's none of that. You don't need to tell a soul. No need to tell a soul. And I really love that about it, because you don't need to talk about it. You can just do it and make money. So that is basically it. I mean, this training has really helped me a ton over the last few months. What's great, again, is you don't need to tell anybody about it. This can be your own little secret, and you can just go and do your thing, make money, and provide for your family, or make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month. People in the group are making $4,000 and $5,000 a month just doing this concept of taking an item, listing it on a platform, one of these three, and then selling it for a profit. And depending on where they live and if they can store items and if there's all, some people are just selling like 5 items a day and they're just doing great. So this is really an amazing system for anybody. And I got to say, it's the easiest way I've made, $1,000, $1,500 a month. It's so easy, guys. So hope that was helpful for you. And if these 6 things do not apply to you, I mean, share this with somebody whom it does apply with. We all probably know somebody who needs extra money, an extra side hustle, but they can't do something like drive for Uber or deliver food or Grubhub, and they can't do anything regarding driving. They need to stay at home. They need to be with their kids, or they're too sick to work. Or there's someone in your life that really needs to see this, because they don't know of any other way to make some money and provide, or just to have an extra, to pay for food. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who really need an extra $500 a month, and that would change their life. And they can't go out and get another job, or they can't leave the house. So I hope that was helpful for you. And that is it. I will talk with you soon. And take care for now. I can't even think of what to say now. All right. Bye now.